and fascism in this country. Now, what we believe is
has
that
he invited them to the demonstration?
No.
I am saying you made a statement that he had invited them. Let me finish. I said, no, he hasn't, because I heard him interviewed on Radio 5, I've heard him on Radio 4, I've seen the article in the paper, and I asked him directly to his face today, and he told me they are not welcome. You came on straight away and said he's done that. Are you now retracting that comment?
I refuse to retract that, and I'll tell you why. Right. Because he's a notorious liar. He's always said that his demonstrations were peaceful, and their intention was to, in other words, to target particular groups of people. The history speaks for himself. Since 2010,
so you don't know whether or not he has invited them. Your accusation is purely an accusation, because I've stated some facts to you, and you say, yeah, but he's a liar. That isn't the same as saying, as you did say at the beginning, Weyman. I'm just trying to be fair to both of you. You said, and I can play it back to you if you want, he has invited the BNP and the NF. That's not factually correct, is it?
No, I said, what? Can I be clear, right? Hitler, right, lied to people in public and then went and did something else as well. And I'm saying the problem with...
That is still different to what you initially said. Your initial statement was he has invited the BNP and the NF to thing on Saturday. That is different to what you're now saying. You're now saying you can't trust him because he's a liar and he's Hitler. Make your mind up.
No, come on, John. He's actually got a track record which involves him being locked up in prison.
He was locked up in prison for violence, you are correct. He's also been locked up for mortgage fraud, correct.
Yeah, and domestic violence, right?
He has not been locked up in prison for what you're saying. See, somebody here is saying, it's lefty word bingo completed, Nazi and Hitler within the first 2 minutes. Weyman.
No. I think, come on, I've given you the facts.
You lied. No, you lied, Weyman. You came on and you presented a statement. You presented a statement.
John,
I am defending free speech and defending... you are saying... Pardon?
I'm in favour of free speech.
Well, why? Okay, you're in favour of free speech, but you won't share a platform with your biggest rival, and you come straight on the programme and you say he's invited the NF and the BNP, when clearly, in front of my listeners this morning, and we have it on tape, we can play it back to you if you want, he says that isn't the case, and now you're altering your position. I'd like to move on in the interview. Why don't you just accept that what you said was a bit stupid?
I don't think you can call me a bit stupid.
I didn't call you a bit stupid. I called the statement a bit stupid because you said he has invited the BNP and the NF.
Can we agree that it's a gross generalisation that in a city, to be honest, which the majority of Muslims tend to come from Pakistan or Yemen, right, that a demonstration is called in usually very highly in ethnic areas which large numbers of what I call brown or black people.
He's not doing it in an ethnic area.
He's not been allowed to do it. He originally wanted to do it. The police prevented him from doing it.
That is not what the police are telling me. I've got their statement. I know Birmingham really well. I've lived there for 5 years.
Look,
I live just on the outskirts. He's now doing it at the National Exhibition Centre because he says he doesn't want to march through areas. He doesn't want to cause trouble. He wants to just have a silent protest. Why do you want to stop him even having a silent protest? You said you believe in free speech.
I'll tell you why.
Is he not allowed free speech?
Can I just finish? You've asked me a question, right?
Go on.
The Guide have called 2 demonstrations, one in Newcastle and one inside Scotland. Right? So the organisation isn't just brand new. It has a track record. Both the demonstration called in Edinburgh was full of people that were what I describe as coming from fascist organisations. A small turnout, 4 people, I think, in the end turned out. And also the one in Newcastle, were known faces from the National Front,
Yeah,
from the
but we're
BNP.
now talking about the one that he's organising in Birmingham. He's not organising it in an area like
I'm
Spark
talking
Hill
about-
or Spark Brook. He's doing
I'm
it
talking-
outside of Birmingham. He is
but can we be
saying
very
that
clear?
he won't... Look, see, why do you want to spread lies? Let's just take a
I'm not
step back.
spreading lies.
Is he
Can I-
allowed...
is
Is he allowed... freedom of speech? Is he allowed to say
He's
that he's
allowed
worried
freedom of
about
speech.
the Islamification of Britain? Is he allowed to say
I
that?
think, I think it's true that he's allowed to say, as some fascists do, that they're worried about Islam or Jewish people. They're allowed to say these things, yeah?
He's not
What I'm saying
mentioned
is
Jewish people.
No,
Let's keep it on what he's talking about.
no,
See,
no,
because
no,
that's
the reason-
bingo. That's the third
No,
one we
but-
thought you'd come up
no,
with.
let's-
Jews,
no, it's-
Hitler. When are you going to mention
Because-
concentration camps?
Yeah, because it's no longer respectable for fascists